Hey everyone, you're here with Mark Batwell at perfectgardens.com. So today we're going to be talking about how to sow corn seeds. Okay, so first off, everyone has their own go-to product. For me, my go-to product has to be Drops of Balance. Drops of Balance is a ionic sulfated mineral product that I found about 8 years ago. What was really interesting is that when we were growing in a large mushroom farm growing medical cannabis between the years of 2009 to 2012, we used to have these really bad water problems. And they were real old rustic lines that would come in, and a whole bunch of rust would come in and clog the lines and actually destroy all the cannabis plants. The plants would look all nasty and plant deficient. So we put extremely elaborate water filtration system in just to clean out the debris, really, as the water was coming in. From there, what I noticed was the amount of water we were wasting to bring water into the facility for the plants because of the RO system on the water to waste ratio. Well, this product, I ended up discovering this product actually converts all man-made chemicals back to sulfated minerals, which is what the natural minerals are out in nature. When I learned about it, it was for drinking water. And I found it incredibly interesting because this product has over 60 plus ionic sulfated minerals. And when I looked into it, this product ended up actually removing all this material that we normally don't even see in our water, but all this stuff just fell out of the water, as you can see in the picture. And I actually verified this, and I was like, wow, this is so interesting. I started using it for drinking water, basically. Well, when it came in, it also had this flyer, which as I was going through, I ended up learning more about two laws specifically that they were talking about. They were talking about Shelford's Law of Tolerance states that the presence and success of an organism depends on the completeness of the entire ecosystem. So what was really interesting behind this was that you can see this little graph that comes in with their brochures, is that they're trying to explain that all the macro minerals that we put in, the NPK, yes, it makes the plant look nice, but because of what this law is saying, that the presence and success of the organism depends on the completeness of the entire ecosystem. So having a full array of trace minerals, so not just the macro, but the micro trace minerals, or I like to call them the trace minerals, is important for the complete success. And I've actually been proved this in growing and using this product in medical cannabis by observing the concentration and the terpene profiles increase with the same strains over time, which I found really interesting because I would grow the same strain, same cutting, same exact method without Drops of Balance and then with, and I would have a larger terpene profile at the end. And I was able to repeat this a couple times. It blew me away, and it ended up proving this law to me specifically, because I was giving a more array of minerals to the ecosystem. And I encourage this for all growers out there because whether you're growing food, cannabis, does not matter. This product right here, and especially with seeds, I'm going to show you right now how to pop corn seeds, but I'm going to go back over to this next law that they talk about. The law of minimum is an idea that was popularized in agriculture science by Justus von Liebig. It states that the growth is controlled not by the total amount of resources available, but by the scarcest resource. So what was really interesting by this was you could have maxing out all these other nutrients, but what controls all these nutrients isn't by putting more of all these in, but it's by finding whatever is missing in your ecosystem and raising that back up, because that minimum, that most scarcest resource is what controls the rest of it. And it makes a lot of sense, especially when you're growing with microbiology or whatever. How do plants out in nature never get tip burn, right? It's because they have the power to control the nutrients around their root systems through the microbiology. and which was really interesting to me because this brochure just was really connected to the gardening industry, because as you can see, they were able to thoroughly explain how the entire system works. Let me show you this really quickly. You have your tomato plant, it releases hormones, those hormones come down and they tell the fungi to go and retrieve specific minerals. These minerals then come in, get attached to a bacteria, which releases a coenzyme that actually makes the minerals bioavailable. Then the fungi bring the minerals that are bioavailable back into the plant, where the plant can then actually properly utilize the bioavailability of the minerals, which makes so much sense because they're always talking about nutrient lockout and other things. So check this product out, incredibly interesting. So all I do with this product is I just take this, I put a couple drops into my water, and I know I already put a little bit in. So normally I do, let's say about 3 or 4 or 5 drops in about 8 ounces. I grab my seeds and I just throw all my seeds in my water for about 12 hours. Same over here. And think about it for a second. I mean, whenever you eat corn seeds or corn in general, they don't really digest very well, right? And it's because of that hard shell. So just by throwing the seeds into the water and just softening them a little bit, this is going to hydrate them and get them to germinate much quicker. As you can see, we have some really beautiful corn, and you can see this one right here. It's yellow. And this one right here is purple and different, beautiful little different colors you can see. We have some yellow, some red. So they're both sweet corn. And what we've done here is we've separated out, just like what we've done with our other companion planting this year with other videos. If you haven't seen those, please check them out, around companion planting with tomatoes and companion planting with potatoes. Today, we actually are talking about companion planting with corn. So what I did here is I separated out my corn from the ones that are going to finish off about the same time. And I put the corn, the peas, and the squash. This is sister planting if you haven't heard of this before. The peas provide nitrogen to the corn, and the squash provides ground cover for the top of the soil, which allows the microbiology to flourish and grow properly. So tomorrow we're going to go ahead and sow all these together and get them going. So we'll show you that video when we are out there tomorrow. Thank you so much, and please give me a thumbs up